Owatonna High School boys basketball coach Josh Williams. The Huskies end up locked in a couple of close battles this week. Score a win last night in overtime over Rochester Century. The homestand will continue tonight with a section game against Farmington. But Josh, that game from last night, most recent on the memory, a game that goes to overtime. What was the story last night against the Panthers at the Owatonna gym?
Well, a much improved Century team. They're playing a number of different guys. Changed how they play, basically. Played us all man-to-man first time, and their man-to-man was not very good, which is played into why we were able to score it so well. They switched to kind of a 2-1-2 defense to slow the game down and shorten the number of possessions in a game, and they're playing it very well, which gave us some trouble. I shouldn't say trouble scoring it even in a quicker fashion than we did the first time. So, good to them. The coach made a good call, and a lot of the games have been tighter due to that. Offensively, for us, it was another game which can be pretty typical the last 5 or 6 games where we've had some good looks, had some easy opportunities at the basket, and just didn't go down. But on the same token, again, I thought our guys' defense has been really, really good for about the 5th or 6th game in a row, which is why even some of these games have been so low in scoring. We've been able to win some of them because our defense has been solid enough. Rebound the ball good enough again last night, and I did a much better job of taking care of the ball. We only had 11 turnovers last night, so that was a plus in the offensive end. But I want to say we were 6 out of 24 from the three-point line, 10 out of 23, I think, 6 out of 24 from the three-point line, and 10 out of 23 from the line. And a number of those free throws, I'll say 6, 8 of them came in the last about 3 minutes of the game where we only hit one of them. So again, we could have easily put away. We didn't. But again, I talked to you guys afterwards. We made enough plays to get the win. Had a big play to start the overtime. Cole Butler made a great pass to Jake Borchert and kind of got an N1 layup where he hit the layup. Missed a free throw, but really jump-started us in overtime, gave us momentum back. Dexter Lear had a big three when they kind of had momentum in the end of the regulation or close to it, and then had another three in the overtime. We're able to create enough separation to get the win in overtime by 6 last night.
So a 50-44 win over Rochester Century. And looking back to the Austin game, and you've kind of alluded to this about low-scoring games and good defensive games for Owatonna, the Packers get the win 42-37. What are some notes about the game against Austin?
Defensively, yes, a lot of positive things. Rebounding, we doubled them up on the rebounds. I think we out-rebounded them like 39-20, which was great. Unfortunately, we had more turnovers. I think we had about 19 or 20 that game, which, again, against a team that is a good defensive team, and you turn the ball over that much, it's just possessions that you don't even get a shot at the basket. And really that and our shooting percentage, again, was really what did us in. We, I want to say we shot like 27% from the field again, and it was a game that I know we can win. I would love to have a chance, which we will later on down at their place, and hopefully can be better. And they're again a better team than the record indicates, simply for the fact of I think they've lost 6 games by a combined 14 points coming into our game. Number 1 and 2 point losses. So, we just got to keep plugging away to figure out a way to get some more points on the board, and hopefully some of the shots and turnovers that cut down, and chances when we get open threes or layups start to go in, and there's not a whole lot we can do. I mean, the guys are doing things right. I've been happy that way. Just we got to get the ball to fall.
Farmington comes to Owatonna tonight. Section game, some thoughts about Farmington, and how does the section shape up right now?
Farmington is a dangerous team. They're coming into the year that I thought they'd be one of the favorite teams in the section. They lost their best player, the Zach Speakers, very similar to us losing Ty Sullivan last year. They lost him, I want to say, 2 weeks before the season started. And he's a 4-year varsity player, 3-year starter. And so so that really took the wind out of their sails to start the year. He's back now, and about his fourth game in. He's actually playing with a torn ACL. He ended up choosing not to have surgery so he can try to finish out his senior year. He's a little bit limited mobility-wise, but we had a chance to watch them play Thursday night against Eastview, and Eastview was a number 6 or 7 rated QRF team in the state for 4A. They beat them by 2. And Speakers had probably 18, 19 points. But they got another killer team, the 6'5" Wyatt Firm shooting guard had 44 against Eastview. And so they got 2 kids that can really shoot it and really score it. So it'll be a lot different game tonight, where Century was really patient, took a lot of time off the clock. Farmington will not, but they get a lot of guys that can score, and they're a nice club despite the record. So it'll be a tough game.
And then how does the section shape up right now?
It's I'd say as deep a section as it's ever been. You look at the top, Hastings, John Marshall, Lakeville North, those 3 are right now the top 3. I think any of them could have a coin for the top spot. I actually think Hastings probably has the best QRF. For those people who don't know what that is, it's kind of like the RPI in college. It looks at the strength of schedule. So any of those 3 teams right now will be 1 through 3. Mayo, Northfield's 4 and 5. Farmington also will be 6 and 7 right now. Century 8. And personally, I feel we can be anywhere from about a 4 to a 7 right now. But again, it's all going to depend on how we finish out the second half of the season. So there's a lot up for grabs for a lot of teams within our section.
All right. Well, a big one tonight. It's a 7 o'clock start at the Owatonna Gym with Farmington. Last night, an overtime win for the Huskies over Century. Josh, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight against the Tigers.
You bet. Thank you.
All right. Josh Williams, Owatonna boys basketball on KRFO.